What is likely the hardest-hit hospital in the world keeps taking more blows. The Al-Shifa facility in Gaza is bearing the brunt of the war between Israel and Hamas. Thousands are believed to be trapped inside as fierce fighting inches closer, with Israeli tanks and armoured vehicles already surrounding the complex. As supplies run increasingly short, the hospital's director says that they've been forced to bury almost 180 people in a mass grave, including babies and critical care patients. The Israeli military has since announced that it's coordinating the transfer of incubators into the Gaza Strip. It's a move that could allow the evacuation of newborn babies out of Al-Shifa hospital. Gaza's health ministry says that while it doesn't have any objections to that, there is no clear mechanism to proceed. As satellite images give a sense of the high number of displaced people sheltering across the sprawling complex, both inside buildings and outside, in pockets of spaces at the main entrance and at the other end of the compound. Reports now suggest that those inside Al-Shifa hospital are planning to start burying bodies of the deceased within the compound. They've cited the situation as increasingly untenable, warning of an acute sanitary crisis with the rising number of deaths. Israeli officials say that the hospital is home to a vast underground Hamas command center, making it a key target. Hamas militants and hospital authorities have denied the claim. The IDF also released footage of what it says is another hospital being used by Palestinian militants. It showed tunnels as well as sites in the facility where it believes hostages were once held. For more, Sarah Coates joins us. She's live in Tel Aviv. Sarah, hospitals in Gaza, they're coming under increasing pressure. Can we expect any humanitarian aid at all to reach those who are trapped inside Al-Shifa?
Hello there, Dawn. Well, look, as you mentioned, this is an absolutely horrific scenario that's playing out before our eyes. We did just hear an intercepted phone call, which was purportedly between Israeli officials and the director of Al-Shifa hospital, with the IDF claiming that the IDF official that was speaking to the director was saying that here we have some incubators, we also have oxygen, asking this person, what more do you need? But look, it doesn't seem as though this aid will be easy to get into Al-Shifa hospital. The IDF then said that it is willing to facilitate this aid into that hospital, but only when it is safe to do so. And we've seen all these pictures of intense fighting continuing to happen outside Al-Shifa hospital, outside a number of other hospitals, and inside the Gaza city. So look, as these doctors inside that hospital have been saying time and time again, time is running out for these people. We've seen all these pictures of these little children swaddled together, laying next to each other on a bed, trying to keep them warm. So look, the situation is certainly growing worse by the minute now. In terms of other humanitarian efforts, the IDF has announced that this humanitarian corridor, which has been open for the last 7 or so consecutive days, is once again open now. It will remain open for another 2 days, although 2 hours, rather, I should say, although a pause in fighting is now coming to an end. That was in a localised area, in one area there in Gaza City. So, look, it is estimated that already around 200,000 people have left the north, heading south, and they're also going into the unknown. They're going into an area where there's basically no humanitarian aid for them anyway.
Sarah, Israel is suggesting that it's found evidence that Hamas held some hostages in a Gaza hospital. Can you give us the latest on efforts to secure the release of those that are still being held by Hamas?
Yeah, look, Dawn, well, it's also just announced that Noa Marciano, she's the 19-year-old woman who Hamas released a video of last night, allegedly being held underground in the Gaza Strip. They say that she is now officially dead. She's now being recognised as a fallen soldier. Her family has been notified. But look, the Washington Post is reporting on these ongoing potential negotiations between Israel and Hamas being facilitated by Qatar, which could see 70 or so women and children being held in the Gaza Strip released in exchange for 100 or so women and teen prisoners who are being held in Israeli jails. Now, We are hearing that this sort of a deal could be imminent, but what Hamas is asking for is a 5-day ceasefire, also unfiltered aid into the Strip, including petrol. And we have heard from the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu time and time again that there will be no ceasefire at all until these 240-odd hostages are all released. But look, Dawn, right now there's a massive march taking place through Tel Aviv, not far from where I'm standing, with the families, the loved ones of these people being held in the Strip, demanding that the government do more to get these people out.
Sarah, thank you for that update. Sarah Coates there in Tel Aviv.